mute. Go your microphone set. Audio set. Try. Try two. Try two. Okay. Try. Try. Can you hear me online? Can you hear? Is it loud enough? It's clear. Use earpiece. Can you hear me online? Is it loud enough? It should be loud enough online. That's good. Okay. Okay, good. Hello. Zoom is clear. It's loud and clear. Can you also see us online? Okay. All right. Good. Microphones. How many microphones do you have? How many microphones are in-house? Hello. 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 Good morning. Hello. Hello. Try microphone two. Try two.
what our hearts long for, to be overcome by your presence, Lord. Your presence, Lord. Your presence, Lord. Hope be my anthem, Lord, when the world has fallen quiet, you stand beside me. Give me a song in the night, and Jesus, I need you every moment. I need you here now. This graceful heart sing out your praise forever. Beauty for ashes.
Hello? Hello, try two.
You find the weak and contrite heart, shoulder its burdens, and carry into the light. Jesus, I need you every moment. I need you. Hear now this graceful heart sing out your praise forever. And Jesus, I need you every moment. I need you. Hear now this graceful heart sing out your praise forever. Whoa. Remember love, remember mercy, Christ before me, Christ behind me. Your loving kindness has never failed me. Christ before me, Christ behind me. Remember love, remember mercy, Christ before me, Christ behind me. Your love
has never failed me. Christ before me, Christ behind me. We stand and lift up our hands, for the joy of the Lord is our strength. We bow down and worship Him now. How great, how awesome is He. Together we sing. Everyone sing. Holy is the Lord God Almighty. The earth is filled with His glory. Holy is the Lord God Almighty. The earth is filled with His glory. The earth is filled with His glory. We stand and lift up our hands, for the joy of the Lord is our strength. We bow down and worship Him now. How great, how awesome is He. And together we sing. Everyone sing. Holy is the Lord God Almighty. The earth is filled with His glory. Holy is the Lord God Almighty. And the earth is filled with His glory. And the earth is filled with His glory. And it's rising up all around. It's the anthem of the Lord's renown. It's rising up all around. It's the anthem of the Lord's renown. It's rising up all around. It's the anthem of the Lord's renown. It's rising up all around. It's the anthem of the Lord's renown. Together we sing. Everyone sing. Holy is the Lord God tower of refuge and strength. Let every breath, all that I am, never cease to worship you. Shout to the Lord, all the earth, let us sing. Power and majesty, praise to the King. The mountains bow down and the seas will roar at the sound of your name. I sing for joy at the work of your hands. Forever I love you, forever I'll stand. Nothing compares to the promise I have in you. My Jesus, my Savior, Lord, there is no my comfort, my shelter, tower of refuge and strength. Praise to the King. The mountains bow down and the seas will roar at the sound of your name. I sing for joy at the work of your hands. Forever I love you, forever I'll stand. Nothing compares to the promise I have in you. Shout to the Lord, all the earth, let us sing. Power and majesty, praise to the King. Mountains bow down and the seas will roar at the sound of your name. I sing for joy at the work of your hand. Forever I love you, forever I'll stand. Nothing compares to the promise I have in you.
all to me. So here I am to worship, here I am to bow down,
We'll go to them when they come then. This is this is the main one. It means that I don't need to use it.
That they wouldn't want to be standing and the while they are open. That's why they asked us to bring this one. So this one being the same, that's why we brought this one. So this one can go back.
So it means that I can use this. See, I can use this without handling anything. They handle this one. Do I have an average height? Hello.
no fear in death. This is the power of Christ.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Please, can we be on our feet whilst we welcome the dignitaries to the table? Please take your seats. Good morning, our distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Chamber, I warmly welcome you to the Chamber SME Business Forum. To start our proceedings, I'd want to call on the National Treasurer, Dr. Mrs. Emilia Siakwa, to give us the opening prayer. Please welcome her with a hand.
Shall we please be upstanding? Our Heavenly Father, we are grateful and thankful unto thee once again for your faithfulness unto us. We thank you, Heavenly Father, for your love for this nation and for that matter, for preserving our lives. We are grateful and thankful unto thee because your word tells us that blessed are those who have learned to appreciate you publicly. For this reason, as a nation, we say thank you. Thank you for even making it possible for us to gather here alive. We thank you for businesses that you have preserved. We thank you, Heavenly Father, for releasing your angels to stand at the four corners of the nation to preserve our land from sicknesses and diseases of Egypt. Let your name be praised. Heal our businesses this morning as we have gathered here with institutions, leaders of the various institutions. Father, as SMEs, we plead with you, oh God, that let your will be done in our businesses and let your will be done in our nation. Heal our land. We thank you and we bless you in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mrs. Siakwa. The global spread of the COVID-19 pandemic, the economic crisis, and the closing of borders has had a strong impact on countries worldwide. The hardest hit are the micro, small, and medium enterprises that have been weakened by the drop in economic growth. This has led to a drop in economic activity and the capacities of the MSMEs. And we all know that the MSMEs play a critical role in every economy, including employment generation and livelihoods. It is in the light of this that the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry is organizing the SME Business Forum. And the theme for the forum is redefining business success, the case of SMEs. Before we take our speeches, I would want to introduce those on the high table. First, I would want to introduce the president of the chamber, Mr. Clement Osei Amoako. Please give him a hand. I'd also want to introduce the Chief of Staff, Honorable Akosia Frema. I'd also want to introduce Honorable Nanama Dokwa Isiama Ajayi, who is the Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry and standing in for the Minister for Trade and Industry. She's also the MP for Ekwapim North. Is Mrs. Yankee here? Okay. I'd also want to introduce the CEO of Ghana Enterprises Agency, Mrs. Kosi Yankee Aye. Because she's wearing a shield, I can't see her properly. I also want to welcome from the IFC, Mr. Hamidou Sogo. And then some of the national officers of the chamber. The first vice president of the chamber, Mrs. Victoria Haja, can we see you? And then the second vice president of the chamber, Mr. Stefan Miezan. And then our treasurer who gave us the opening prayer, Dr. Mrs. Isiakwa. Let's see you again. This event has been made possible by some of our partners. And these partners include the GIZ, the Bank of Africa, who is represented here by their MD. Kobe, can we see you? Thank you very much. And then KPMG, Joy Business, Business 24, UNIDO, and WACOMP. At this juncture, I'd want to call on the president of the chamber, Mr. Clement Osei Amoako, to give us the welcome address and deliver his speech. Let's welcome him with a hand.
Thank you, Mr. Koku. The Chief of Staff, Honorable Akosia Osei Frema Opare, the Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry, Ana Ama Dokuya Asiama Ajayi, the council members of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the Chief Executive Officer of the Ghana Enterprise Agency, Mrs. Kosi Yankee Aye, representative from GIZ, the country manager of IPC, able represented by Mr. Hamidou Sogo, representative from Expertise Africa, esteemed resource persons, our valued CEO and invited guests, the media, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Good morning. It is my great pleasure to welcome you and also share my remarks on the Chamber SME Business Forum. We are very grateful for your partners, for our partner sponsors, and valued participants for the tremendous support shown towards putting together of an engaging program of this nature. We are excited to have with us the Chief of Staff, Honorable Akosia Osei Frema Opare, and the Minister of Trade, represented by our sister, Dokwa Isiama Ajayi. for accepting our keynote speaker and special guest respectively for the August occasion. Also, I humbly wish to thank our eminent resource persons for their willingness to share their exceptional and experiential knowledge and insight on the assigned topics. Let me also appreciate our distinguished CEOs from the small and medium enterprise and our special invited guests for making time to be here with us today with this all-important gathering. There's no doubt in my mind that will contribute to the national development effort of both government and society at large. Finally, let me commend our organizing committee and supporting staff of the Chamber for their remarkable support towards this event. Honorable Chief of Staff and Minister of Trade, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry has a unique position and capacity to promote public-private dialogue on critical issues pertaining to promoting and protecting commercial and industrial interests in the country. Indeed, the GNCCI remains a trusted partner of choice and voice of the business community with total commitment to playing a leadership role in the promotion of a healthy growth of the economy of our great country. With a membership over 6,000 companies spanning across the various sectors of our country, the Chamber has remained committed to providing dedicated and well-grounded business support services to those entities and the business community in supporting Ghana's industrialization agenda. These include, but not limited to, trade intelligence, business promotion, export development, trade facilitation, evidence-based advocacy, policy dialogue, among others. It is heartwarming for us in the Chamber that we have, in June 2021, successfully engaged the CEO of top corporate organizations in a similar forum in order for them to pick out relevant solutions to their current problems, which have been exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic. In a similar vein, today's forum is principally tailored for the benefit of the SMEs, which traditionally have been struggling in the businesses landscape and were the hardest hit as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we chose the theme, Redefining Business Success, a case study of SME in Ghana. Based on the Chamber's assessment of the business performance of SME and their unique challenges, the selection of the topics and resource persons was critical to enable us to reassess strategies critical to charting the path towards building SME competitiveness, clear business value, resilience, and sustainability. The following topics will be treated in today's forum. Positioning SME to be credit-worthy, managing SME risks for value creation, digitization, end-to-end supply chain management and pricing techniques, optimizing quality standards to enhance SME competitiveness, regulatory policies and SME competitiveness. SMEs can take advantage of international agreements, among others. Given the importance of the SME sector to the Ghanaian economy, we need to collectively put our shoulders to the wheel and ensure the sector thrives. In both developed and developing economies, SMEs are considered as an engine of economic growth. SMEs do not only contribute to the growth of the national GDP, but also contribute to the reduction of employment. In Ghana, available data from the Registrar General Department suggests that about 92% of companies registered are small and medium firms, which provides 85% of manufacturing employment and contributes 70% to the national GDP. This supports the fact that small and medium enterprise play a significant impact on economic growth and development of our great nation. Further, a study conducted by the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce, the research department, on the business performance of 3,000 Ghanaian companies across 17 industries shows that SMEs are generally growth-driven. This means that SME demonstrate appreciable improvement in historical sales. 1 year EBITDA, 12 months earning, 3-year forecast on companies' return on equity and returns on assets. Moreover, the findings suggest that 3 out of the 4 SMEs, that's about 75%, are growth-driven. Nonetheless, the overall analysis suggests that the growth of SME is relatively less stable and more sensitive to economic cycles, firm-specific risks, and industry volatility. The research finding also shows that SME have relatively weak discounted cash flow, total turnover, and total assets, suggesting a weak value orientation. This calls for the need to build a capacity of SME to identify and address their business issues, among others, arising from economic cycles, leverage exposures, and market volatility. Ladies and gentlemen, SME were largely affected by COVID-19, given the fact that they are more sensitive and less stable to shock. The Business Tracker Survey report in 2020 on the impact of COVID-19 on SME indicated that about 35% of business establishments had to close down or during the partial lockdown, with 16.1% continuing to be closed after the easing of the lockdown, with firms in the accommodation or food sector being the most affected, with 24% of them closing down entirely. In the area of employment, 46.1% of SME business establishment reported of reducing wage for 25.7% of the workforce, and estimated about 771,124 workers were affected. It is for the above reason that the Chamber, in collaboration with its partners and stakeholders, in order to discuss and prescribe solutions that will bring SME back on track. It is in my sincere hope that at the end of this deliberation, we shall be in position to offer lasting solutions to address the micro and macro issues affecting SMEs, while building their capacity to address firm-specific needs. Ladies and gentlemen, while acknowledging targeted policies and bailout programs, especially from the Coronavirus Alleviation Program, Business Support Scheme, and the Ghana Care of Atampa program to provide relief to local businesses, SMEs still face a number of challenges that hinder their development. This is enough evidence, though, the Chamber's research that a high interest rates regime in Ghana or the financial costs, taxes, energy costs impede business performance, their growth, value, and resilience. The research also shows that banks in Ghana enjoy market power with high spread of net margins to the impedance of other industries that may have higher economic multiplier and wider distribute capacity. SME in Ghana are fragmented, that is not coordinated, dominated the informal sector of the economy. There are inadequate data, and even with different findings, good today, bad tomorrow, short lifespan with no succession plan, and also end up paying higher interest rates on loans. That is to say, when they go for loans, because they don't have the capacity, most of them within the micro sector don't have the capacity to face the banks and collect loans. They go wayward, can pay about 8% on interest rate. When you multiply by 12, eventually they are paying 96%, whereas other businesses are getting around 22%. So there's a need for us to look at it. They're also faced with low capacity of research and development in technology, globalization, and inadequate managerial knowledge and skills. The Chamber SME Business Forum, therefore, provides a timely platform to find innovative ways to addressing micro and macro issues affecting SME in Ghana. As I conclude my remarks, let me, on behalf of our members, once again thank our Chief of Staff, Honorable Minister, our partners and resource persons, and every participant for making time to be part of this all-important forum. It is my fervent hope that the ideas and experiences will be beneficial in achieving the new form of business success, as well as creating awareness on the strategies critical for building business value, resilience, and sustainability. Our deliberation will be useful in developing a communique as policy recommendation. You are assured that the Chamber, as a lead business advocacy organization, will continue to serve as a centerpiece to bring all stakeholders together and government to dialogue and come out with lasting solutions to address the needs of SME, improve their business competitiveness and overall business climate in our dear country. Let's do it together. Success is ahead of us. I wish you all a successful deliberation. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Clement Oseamuaku. At this forum, we would also see the signing of an MOU between the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry and Expertise France. And this MOU is on the digitalization of Ghanaian micro, small, and medium enterprises. We know that the capacity of the SMEs and also funding is critical for their survival. There is an enterprise or an organization that is ready and prepared to help SMEs. So I would want to call on the CEO of the Ghana Enterprises Agency, which is formerly the National Board for Small Scale Industries, to come and give us a statement.
Honorable Akosia Frema Opare, Chief of Staff at the Presidency, Honorable Dokia, Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry, Mr. Clement Oseamuaku, President of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Mark Bedu Abuaje, CEO of Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, distinguished invited guests, MSMEs, industry leaders, friends of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I was hoping there'll be more energy because we are live today. But let me take this opportunity to thank you all, the organizers, GNCCI, for this commitment to the promotion and the protection of commercial and industrial interests in the country. I'm very excited to be here today because I feel like I'm amongst friends and family. GNCCI has been a friend and a family to the Ghana Enterprises Agency. And anything to do with private sector and MSME development brings a lot of joy to my heart. Why do I say that? Because MSMEs are the backbone of the Ghanaian economy, any economy around the world, and especially for us here in Ghana. I also believe that the work we do is a gift that keeps giving, because what we do produces and provides opportunity for so many more people. When we talk about job creation, the agenda that the government is driving to support and ensure that Ghanaian youth and businesses thrive, that is what we do on a daily basis. And most importantly, this is the avenue to try and ensure that Ghana is able to also go beyond aid. So I'm very happy to be here today. The theme for today is redefining business success, the case of SMEs in Ghana. How do we redefine the success of businesses at a time when there's a lot of uncertainty? And I'm very happy to be here representing government as well. Because if you all remember and are well aware, a lot of you sitting here, I see some of the members of GNCCI who have benefited from government support. The CAPBAS, the novel intervention by government, which was spearheaded and designed and implemented, was supporting a lot of MSMEs across the nation. So many of your members benefited from this program. And for the first time in the history of Ghana, over 750 million Ghana cedis was injected into MSMEs across the nation to ensure that when things were changing, when the world was changing, when Ghana was changing, businesses were able to survive, sustain their business, and also ensure that jobs were not lost. Yes, we are aware that some jobs were lost, but what was very important is that a lot of them were sustained through the work that GEA and the chamber have been working on together. I think it's also important to know that for the first time in our history and in the Ghana Enterprises Agency, government has ensured that the GNCCI sits on the board of the GEA so that we can learn and share and work and support MSME. This is very important because it shows that for government, MSME development is at the heart of the work that we do. And for us to be able to achieve the goals that government has set, we need the MSMEs. MSMEs need to work hand in hand with us at Ghana Enterprises Agency. And we are willing and committed to provide the support that we need to be able to build a successful Ghana. Going forward, there are a lot of new interventions that Ghana Enterprises Agency, through the support of government and all the initiatives that we have, will bring together to support the SMEs to help them redefine what business success is. Yes, there are three things we focus on: the people, planet, and profit. But now, at the heart of it is digitalization. And in the coming years and in the coming weeks, we'll work very closely with GNCCI, your members, to ensure that we bring about changes in their business through our partnership with GIZ, to make sure that we pilot the interventions of digitalization so that access to markets are brought to the doorsteps of the MSMEs and the clients that we've worked with for many, many years. Going forward, government, through the able leadership of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, is working on a few things. One is the new 40 million Ghana Jobs and Skills Project, which will be implemented to ensure that your industries have the right skills to push and promote the work that you're doing. And secondly, is the 140 million Ghana cedis Ghana Economic Transformation Project that we're working closely with some of these associations to ensure that MSMEs who are going through tough times, those who have been resilient and sustainable through this COVID era, would also have enough support to build their businesses, strengthen their businesses so we can grow a stronger Ghana. So on behalf of GEA, the staff of GEA and members, I would like to say thank you for putting together this amazing program. And together we'll be there to support you to ensure that we grow MSMEs, the backbone of the Ghanaian economy. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Kosi Ayanki Aye. I was expecting us to tell us that we should sign our names for some money, but she still hasn't said that. So we'll make sure that we see her again, we'll invite her again to tell us. I'm sure she has the forms in her car. We'll fill them so she can take it away. She also talked about the partnership with GNCCI and GIZ. And I think that if you are not a member of the chamber, just lift up your hands or see me. I'll bring you some registration forms so that you can be part of what Ghana Enterprises Agency is doing. Now we would want to take a statement from the IFC, and I'd want to invite Mr. Hamidu Sogo to deliver the statement. Please, let's welcome him.
Honorable Mrs. Opare, Jose Opare, Chief of Staff. Honorable Mrs. Dokwa, Deputy Minister for the Ministry of Trade and Industry. Mr. Clement Jose Mwako, President of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mrs. Kosi Yankwe Aye, CEO of the Ghana Enterprise Agency, private sector leaders, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. IFC Country Manager Ronke Ogunshuli deeply regret she was unable to make it here personally. Though I speak for her, I doubt I can convey fully her passion for SMEs. But speaking as a senior private sector specialist for IFC, I do share that passion, and it is an integral part of IFC's strategy for Ghana. Ghana continues to be one of IFC's biggest programs in Africa. In the past decade, IFC has committed about $4 billion to help improve healthcare, provide energy, unlock its natural resources, expand trade, leverage the new digital economy, and finance micro, small, and medium enterprises. IFC current strategy in Ghana rests on 3 pillars: agribusiness, manufacturing, and MSME access to finance. For IFC, the case of SME is simple. It's about jobs. As you heard already, more than 90% of companies in Ghana are MSMEs, and they represent a huge part of the jobs provided to Ghanaians. Considering this critical role in the economy, we have sought further to understand the constraints to SMEs growth in Ghana. So in 2017, we conducted a study of Ghana private sector and found that limited access to finance is a key constraint to SMEs growth in the country. Additionally, a lack of access to long-term loan discourages many small businesses for making significant capital investments. That's where IFC comes in. We have funds with 6 commercial banks to target MSMEs with particular attention to women-owned MSMEs. Last August, we announced $50 million to partner with Societe Generale in expanding the provision of loan of up to 5 years to Ghanaian private enterprises, especially MSMEs. But once SMEs have financing, they need to grow, they need to operate. Thus, IFC also supports the government of Ghana to create an investment climate that is conducive for SMEs growth. In this area, IFC has supported the development of the Ghana Companies Act in 2019, the Insolvency Act in 2020, and the Borrowers and Lenders Act in 2021. And we continue to engage in supporting the implementation of these various legislative acts. Ghana will continue to be one of IFC's biggest portfolio in Africa. We are here to stay. We will continue to support the growth of SME, and I look forward to hearing ideas that can spark collaboration to make that happen. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Hamidou Sogo. Our special guest of honor is the Honorable Alan Kojo Chemanten, the Minister of Trade and industry. But however, he will not be able to be with us today. So he has delegated the able deputy in the person of Honorable Nanama Dukwa Isiama Eje to deliver his speech. Please, let's welcome her with a hand.
The Chief of Staff, the Honorable Akusia Frima Oseo Pari, the President and Council of the Chamber, distinguished members of the Chamber, seasoned entrepreneurs, and the SME senior executives, industry experts, and government representatives, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, friends of the media, a good morning to you all. It is a great honor to be with you this morning, representing your initially invited guest of honor for this important gathering, dubbed the Chamber SME Business Forum. I believe that such opportunities as this to interact with business leaders, including some of Ghana's most celebrated SME operators and industrialists, is always a privilege. I thank the organizers for their sense of purpose in organizing this forum because it offers the government the opportunity to interact with the sector players and play a practical policy idea and to players and share practical policy ideas to address key issues confronting our SMEs. Globally, and particularly in Ghana, it is evident that the key roles SMEs play in the country's economic growth and development are huge and therefore cannot be underestimated. Besides constituting over 90% of all registered businesses in Ghana, SMEs create about 80% manufacturing jobs and contribute 70% to our gross domestic product. That notwithstanding, SMEs face a set of challenges and continuously hamper the growth and capacity to fully contribute to Ghana's transformation. It is for this reason that the government has selected SMEs as a core pillar to be supported under the Industrial Transformation Program. This will ultimately transform our economy from its agrarian state to an export-led one of value-added products, create mass jobs for the bulk of our workforce, especially the youth, and speed up our pathway to industrialization. Distinguished invited guests, permit me to mention some important initiatives of the government that are targeted at micro, small, and medium development, enterprises development. I'm happy to announce that the first MSME and entrepreneurship policy ever developed in the history of Ghana was recently launched by His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. It provides a clear policy direction and opportunities for all actors within the MSME space that will enable them contribute meaningfully to Ghana's economic development. The government, through the Ministry of Trade and Industry, has recently restructured and resourced the Ghana Enterprises Agency, formerly known as NBSSI, as the apex body mandated to coordinate and promote the development of MSME in Ghana. Thus, the GEA will lead in the implementation of MSME and entrepreneurship policy and also help with the formalization of businesses, as well as anchor a new age of entrepreneurship within the MSME sector. This will help MSMEs to have access to government's key interventions such as the COVID-19 response grants for SMEs. So as the MC mentioned that he was hoping that there will be forms available to be filled. This is one major opportunity to resource our SMEs. The government is also establishing 67 business resource centers to provide a broad range of enhanced business development services for MSMEs across the country, and 37 commenced operations in August last year, 2020, whilst additional 30 are expected to be completed this year. Every business operator, particularly under the 1D1F, will have access to services of the business resource centers because the country has been zoned per the number of the BRCs, that's the business resource centers. Distinguished operators and invited guests, the African Continental Free Trade Area, popularly known as AFTA, provides a lot of opportunities, particularly to the MSMEs, as they have access to the entire African market. The Ministry of Trade and Industry will continue to support business operators to take advantage of the numerous opportunities under AFTA. To achieve this, a comprehensive national action plan for harnessing the benefits of AFTA has been developed, under which an enterprise support program has also been initiated. As part of the implementation of the program, 100 companies are being supported with various forms of assistance to export under the AFTA to the rest of Africa. The implementation of the program is being coordinated by the newly established National AFTA Coordination Office. The ministry will continue to engage with business operators on issues relating to exports of goods under the AFTA. I wish to indicate the variety of products that can be exported under the AFTA. Shear and share products, processed vegetables, fruits and nuts, sauces and preparations, pharmaceutical products, alternate healthcare medicaments, beverages and spirits, dairy products, cocoa and cocoa products, products of iron and steel, processed fish or meat, synthetic fibers, fertilizers, aluminum products, and essential oils. It is important to add that the removal of tariffs on goods from African countries through the AFTA will allow Ghanaian businesses to source cheaper inputs for local production in Ghana. It will make locally produced goods more competitive and support the development of the regional and continental value chains. Distinguished SME senior executives, in addition to the above programs and interventions in support of SMEs, permit me to throw more light on the One District, One Factory, 1D1F flagship program. The government since 2017 started the implementation of One District, One Factory, among other private sector-led interventions to attract private sector investment through robust regulatory and incentives regime. The main objective of the program and related interventions is to transform the Ghanaian economy from the export of raw materials to an industrialized economy with the export of value-added products, whilst curbing the menace of severe poverty and unemployment. The incentives the companies that operate under the 1D1F initiative enjoy include the following. 1, tax waivers on duties and levies on important plant, machinery, and equipment, as well as raw materials. 2, 5-year corporate tax holiday. 3, interest subsidy of 50% on facilities given to Ghanaian-owned companies by participating financial institutions. Per agreement signed between the government and the participating financial institutions, interest on facilities to 1D1F companies is capped at 20%. 4, technical assistance provided by experienced consultants free of charge. 5, extension of infrastructural facilities such as electricity, water, and access to roads to 1D1F projects. And then 6, government policy to procure locally produced goods by 1D1F factories. The various forms of government support to the private sector owners under the initiative, even in the midst of the uncertainties induced by the pandemic, has yielded much gains. As at the end of June 2021, the number of 1D1F projects under construction were 150, and those in operation were 104, bringing the total 1D1F projects at various stages of completion to a total of 254. In all these, all the companies have created a total of 150,975 direct and indirect jobs. And it is expected that when the projects under construction are completed, a cumulative number of 282 by the government. Since the inception of 1D1F initiative, Parliament has also granted exemptions to 36 1D1F companies from the payment of import duties on their importation of machinery, equipment, and raw materials amounting to 435.29 million Ghana cedis. In addition, government has supported the companies with extension of electricity and access roads to factories. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I wish to indicate that to become competitive in this fast-changing global market, Ghanaian SMEs should be able to offer high-quality products and offer excellent customer services. Be empowered to effectively engage in competitive trade and take advantage of opportunities under the AFTA and various government interventions and initiatives. One way that SMEs can also strengthen their capacity is for businesses to open their doors for partnerships and mergers with their local investment or foreign investors. This cooperation will not only result in equity injections, but will also offer new potential market opportunities, as well as to access to new technology and management know-how. The government, through the ministry, will play its role to facilitate such arrangements to help the MSME sector to grow. Hence, the ministry will work closely with the private sector, especially with the associations such as the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry, to improve their competitiveness. It's important to inform you, key industry players, that as my portfolio as Deputy Minister of Trade and Industry, I'm in charge of trade facilitation, domestic trade, and micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises. This being said, my doors are always open to the GNCCI for a special collaboration as we collectively redefine business success. I'm grateful to you all for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank Thank you very much, Honorable Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry. As she said that her doors are always open, I know that her doors are open. She has, before politics, she was an entrepreneur, so she understands all these things. So when we go there, we expect that the doors will be open. In coming up with someone to deliver a keynote address for this particular forum, we decided to look around and look for somebody who has a passion in alleviating poverty and also in income generation. And we looked around and we found somebody with an interesting background, somebody who has been a lecturer in home science at the University of Ghana, someone who has worked in various fields as a program officer with ActionAid and also with SNB. Above all, she was very instrumental in the introduction of the Livelihood Empowerment Against Poverty program, that is the LEAP program. We all know that she's the first female chief of staff at the presidency. We want to welcome Honorable Akosua Afemwa-Osei-Apare to give us the keynote address.
Thank you very much, please. Honorable Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry, the President of GNCCI and members of the Chamber, the CEO of Ghana Enterprise Agency, representatives of our development partners, IFC, GIZ, and others, if I've missed you, distinguished resource persons, and CEOs, members of the press. I'm delighted and honored to be given the privilege to address you distinguished guests on such a wonderful location of the Chamber SME Business Forum. I extend to you warm greetings from the President of the Republic, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and the Vice President, His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. Indeed, the relationship between the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry and the Akufo-Addo-led government has been very exceptional, and the government is very appreciative of this relationship. The Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry has over the past 4 years organized 3 high-level business events under the distinguished patronages of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, His Excellency Alhaji Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, and Nana Otuo-Sribo II, the Chairman of the Council of State and the Omahene of Jabin Traditional Area. Let me express my sincerest commendation to the leadership and members of the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry for the relentless effort in promoting excellence in the commercial and business sectors of the Ghanaian economy, particularly the evidence-based approach to index and track business performance metrics risk exposures and mitigating strategies, as well as the impact of trade-related policies on businesses in Ghana, are all worthy of commendation. The government requires these constructive feedbacks in order to stay on track with this policy and succinct implementation. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the theme, redefining business success, the case of SMEs in Ghana, is very timely considering the current socioeconomic landscape and health ecosystem. It is my fervent hope that exploring this theme will bring to the fore more sustainable recommendations that micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises require to succeed under the ravages of the novel COVID-19 pandemic. That is, government remains optimistic that our micro, small, and medium-scale enterprises have all the potential to rise beyond the current global happenings in order to provide the requisite services to both Ghana and to the world. As we gather here today to rub minds on the effects of COVID-19 pandemic on the nation in general and SMEs in particular, I have no doubt that all of us here, through our individual and corporate experiences, are in the position to appreciate the vagaries that the pandemic has unleashed on the world. In fact, the pandemic has put the world into one of the most difficult conundrums in recent years, such that human ingenuity has been taxed to its elastic limits. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, what is of prime importance to us, and for which reason we are gathered here today, is the severe impact of the pandemic on SMEs and the way forward. This development calls for rapid and concerted efforts from both the players in the sector and government. Without swift action from government and the international community to get key industrial sectors back on track, a protracted downturn may be on the cards, with knock-on effects on socioeconomic development. SMEs make up the majority of industries in our economy, and it is likely that their plight will be exacerbated due to their limited access to financial support and government reliefs. Government is not oblivious of the fact that some SMEs have experienced forced closure due to the COVID-19 pandemic. A World Bank research published in late 2020 found out that COVID-19 has affected SMEs in a myriad of ways, including smaller firms seeing their sales dwindle faster. Furthermore, studies have shown that some SMEs have suffered shortage of workers and production inputs because of distortions that marred supply chains, which negatively affected their sales and their ability to fulfill their financial obligations and pay employees' salaries. As a result, many SMEs found themselves incapable of dealing with the situation. Moreover, extensive body of research also indicates that SMEs have failed to withstand the consequences of economic crisis like this pandemic because of their lack of financial resources and the high cost of business capital, deficient marketing expertise, lack of innovation, limited administrative and technical capacities. Let me take this opportunity at this time to commend the Ghanaian society and to applaud the government for the responsible manner in which the pandemic was and continue to be handled in order to mitigate and eradicate its effects on Ghanaian society. We are witnesses to how business and organizations and individuals responded, especially during the lockdown, with several donations, both monetary and in kind. As a government that believes in the development of the private sector as the engine of growth, we swung into full action with several interventions, such as the establishment of the Ghana COVID-19 Trust Fund and other interventions and stimulus packages. The distribution of food items to the vulnerable in society, the payment of water and electricity bills for citizens, the disinfection of markets and lorry stations, and the special Ghana Enterprise Agency, formerly MBSSI, soft loans for SMEs, were all interventions mainstreamed by government to ease its citizenry of the hardship associated with COVID-19 virus. No wonder Ghana's response was hailed as one of the best among African countries. In particular, its innovative tracing and testing approach and scientific-driven political leadership. The government's perspective on the COVID-19 response was adequately captured by the president in March 2020, when he declared, "We know how to bring the economy back to life, but we don't know. What we don't know is how to bring people back to life." This clearly highlights the effort of government to control the social and economic effects of pandemic. The Bank of Ghana, the Ghana Interpayment and Settlement System, GIPS, came up with measures such as ease of transaction and reduction of online transaction charges to cushion the public who undertake online transactions, as well as discourage the use of cash so as to prevent the spread of COVID-19. In addition, the Bank of Ghana has reduced the monetary policy rate by 150 basis points to 14.5% as the central bank bids to stimulate the economy and reduce the impact of COVID-19. The Bank of Ghana has also provided the 1.5% decrease in the policy rate and 2% in reserve requirement, with a 3 billion CD facility to support industry, especially in the pharmaceutical, hospitality, service, and manufacturing sectors. There's also a 2% reduction in interest rate, among others. The Ghana Revenue Authority has come up with flexible terms, such as a 2-month extension of annual tax returns and field auditing, and a waiver of penalties for taxpayers who redeemed their outstanding debts by June 30th June 2020. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the president, in his address to the nation on the 27th March 2020, announced the collaboration of the Ghana Enterprise Agency, MBSSI, business and trade associations, and selected commercial and rural banks, rolled out a soft loan scheme up to a total of 600 million Ghana cedis, which will have a 1-year moratorium and a 2-year repayment period for micro, small, and medium scale businesses. Innovation and ingenuity, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, has become a necessity for all contemporary enterprises that want to survive in a world characterized by competition, technological change, and recurring crisis. It is gladdening to note that some SMEs have embraced the idea and are now using technology in their businesses and are beginning to adopt measures and strategies to cope with the new normal. It is my sincere hope, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, that at the end of this forum, with this array of seasoned contributors and resource persons lined up, very useful solutions will be arrived at to help further bolster the quest for our SMEs to become resilient, to withstand this and future upheavals that are inevitable in human existence. So on this note, I want to thank the organizers for inviting me and wish you all a very successful deliberation. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Honorable Akwesi Freema Selpari. It looks like there's money available. So we will have to look for the money because everybody is telling us that there's money. IFC says there's money. OC says there's money. Anama says there's money. So we expect to see the money. But before we go on with the signing of the MOU, I would want to acknowledge our partners. Our partners include GIZ, and then Bank of Africa, KPMG, Joy Business, Ghana Enterprises Agency, Business 24, UNIDO, and Wacom. This morning, we'll witness the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between the Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry and Expertise France. Expertise France is the technical assistance arm of the Agence Française de Développement. This is a program on digitalization of Ghanaian micro, small, and medium enterprises. This particular program will provide improved access to and affordability of connectivity and digital services to targeted beneficiaries in the health, education, and MSME sectors to improve their capacity to face the COVID-19 crisis. Secondly, this particular program will reinforce digital services to foster the continuity and quality of education and health services. And the last but not the least is to support the digital transformation of MSMEs to foster continuity of businesses during pandemics. So we'll call on the president of the chamber, Mr. Clement Osei-Amoako, who will sign on behalf of the chamber and will be witnessed by the CEO, Mr. Mark Bedu Abuaje. And I'll call on the country director for AFD, Mr. Christophe Porter, who will also sign, and to be witnessed by Maria Jose. So if we could have Mr. Osei-Amoako and Christophe come forward for the signing ceremony. Please, let's give them a hand as they exchange. We've come to the end of the first part. But before we go out for the coffee break, and I wish to announce that the coffee break would be by the poolside. The coffee and cocoa break will be by the poolside. So first, if we can get our cameramen ready, we want to have a picture. So I would ask the Honorable Chief of Staff and the President and the Deputy Minister to take. After this, the national officers of the chamber should join. National officers of the chamber, please join. National officers of the chamber, please join. National officers, please join. We'll all go out into the front of the hotel to take a group photograph. We'll all go out to the front to take a group photograph. After that, we'll have the cocoa break and then we'll come back. Our break is 20 minutes. Please, our break is 20 minutes. So let's go out for the group photograph. We'll all go out for the group photograph. Please, let's go out for the group photograph. After that, we have the cocoa break, which is for 20 minutes. We have the cocoa break, which is for 20 minutes. Please, let's go out for the photograph quickly and then come back for the break, which is 20 minutes. And then we get onto the part 2. We get onto the part 2. The coffee break is by the pool side in the front here.